So on my SX4 here, guys, I knew this was in the mail. Let me show you what I'm up against here. Can you see the periphery on the this is the down pipe from the forward catalytic before it goes to the intermediate pipe there. This is from here forward is the only section of the exhaust that hasn't been replaced. So I think you can see there it's fractured all the way around the periphery now. It's rotten basically. So I don't want to have to replace this conveyor. I don't want the expense, and frankly I don't want the aggravation of the exhaust manifold. So I'm going to put a split clamp on this. Probably not the ideal solution, but we'll see how it goes. So it's a 2-inch pipe, guys. I've got two different styles here. One with a rolled flange and just a straight cut. And yeah, some part numbers that may or may not help you. Don't even know the manufacturer, but yeah, we'll try and get those bolts out and see which one sits better. And I'm guessing this is you know, a common failure mode for the pipes, because both my SX4s are doing the exact same thing. Oh, so I should have mentioned, I just got the flange apart there. I buzzed it apart with my impact. Fortunately, it all came apart. You're likely going to need one of these conical gaskets as well. This conical spherical gasket. This is the original Suzuki part number for the purists, and this is a Walker part number, which is effectively the same thing, right? Just a lead, as I said, spherical gasket. Be disintegrated by the time you take the flange apart. Yeah, so let me show you underneath. I guess so this is the issue. As you can see, it's completely separated from the flange on the original pipe here. There's what's left of the gasket. So I'll spread this apart, of course, put the new gasket in, and we'll see how the split flange actually fits. So here's the what's left of the original flange. You can see, I guess I've got a choice to be made between which style to use here. It's 2-inch, by the way. Yeah, don't know which style to use here. I guess I'll try both and see which one I'm happy with. I think either one will work. To be honest, there seems to be a reasonable amount of space where this flange actually is coupled with the intermediate pipe going aft. Yeah, not much left of the original spherical lead gasket here, as you can see. So that's why you're likely going to need a new one, regardless of how much it's just going to deform, you know. Of course, it's lead. So let me be clear about this, guys. This pipe is not 2 inches in diameter, but you can see where the original flange is welded on here. It does kind of go to close to 2 inches, right? But not quite. You're gonna have to, oh yeah, still a bit warm. You're gonna have to grind it down until you get the diameter that fits, so that you can get a tight fit onto the ringed area here, right? You can see I've got the original Suzuki gasket because it fit best in position there. Of course, we'll just clamp to here, and then we're gonna hold these two together when it's in place. That's right. So here it is back together, guys. And pretty solid. I'm happy with that. If that bolt was any longer, I'd probably cut it, but still clearing everything on the under tray, I think. Yeah, of course, the gasket, you know, it doesn't look like it's being compressed, but there is actually a little lip there. It's kind of butted against. Even though it looks like there's a gap. Can you see it? I hope you can see this corroded portion of the flange that it's actually butting against. Yeah, fortunate. I got really lucky. I could reuse the hardware. Everything after here was replaced, like I guess it was about 2 years ago, maybe just a wee bit less, plus or minus a wee bit. I don't recall. Yeah, so I went with a non-rolled flange because it's a little easier to grind for starters, and yeah, the kind of the profiles are somewhere in between the two, so it doesn't really matter. They both work, but this is maybe a little easier to work on the grinder. That's all. Just grind the profile until it tightly and neatly fits here. And yeah, I'm hoping, I wouldn't call this a permanent solution. Let's call it semi-permanent. I don't encourage anybody to take any shortcuts with their cars, but this car's got 1 foot in the grave. It is actually the under tray is actually starting to get soft. More on that later, guys. But yeah, I don't want a I'm not putting a new converter in. It's just too much money, too risky at the manifold there, too much nonsense. Even though it actually, there's a flange up on this end. It's not at the head, but down at the manifold. Anyway, this I think is going to be more than sufficient. I think I've used this in the past to good effect in the midterm type thing. Again, no permanent solution. Let's call it semi-permanent. Right, that's that, boys. I hope that helps somebody. Cheers. Well, I know it'll help somebody because both of my cars are doing the exact same things. Cheers.